Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Eschalon Book 2. Funnily, the weather here matches the weather that we've had most of the day, so that's kind of fitting. Well, there are a few things to talk about. First of all, we're not at Rule's house. I have actually been to Rule's house now, and on the way there I've also done a thing that I thought, wasn't a big enough deal to actually have on camera, since I was planning to start this episode at Rule's house. However, when I arrived there, I then figured I'd at least give it a try, because I wasn't really convinced that my bronze helmet idea would even work. And indeed it didn't. In fact, it could never work, because as I should have known, and as we have seen, you cannot drop normal items like into the world. If you try to do that, they just you throw them away and they just get deleted. It's only for barrels and maybe some other items that appear as items in the world, powder kegs I mean, that you can pick them up and place them into the world again, but normal items you can't. So that couldn't have worked, and it didn't work. I put it on, I had it on me, I stood on that rune or the pentagram on the floor, and I clicked on the plate, and nothing worked, nothing happened, as you would expect. I mean, why would it happen? Why would it work? Why would anything happen? However, it did later occur to me that maybe I was still on the right track, because that first pair of boots that we found, one of the first pairs of boots, was actually bronze. I wasn't sure anymore if it was, but I looked back at my previous video, and yes, it was. So maybe that could actually be the solution, if we assume that some bronze object has to actually touch the pentagram. I mean, it's an extremely, I don't know, a very gamey kind of solution, because obviously, in the real world, you could put literally any object just there and trigger the effect, if that's what it is. But it's also, at the same time, kind of clever, having to put on boots made of bronze so that the bronze can actually touch the pentagram, since there is no other way to put the item on the ground. If that is the solution, it's both kind of stupid, because it makes no sense outside of the restriction of the game, but it's also kind of clever at the same time, so I wouldn't be too mad. And I'm definitely going to try that again if I ever find more bronze boots. It's, yeah. If only I had known, huh? I would definitely have held on to those. I don't know if that was super lucky, or if we found those boots in a predetermined place as a solution to that puzzle. But either way, we don't have them anymore, and unless the inventory changed here. Actually, hold on. We're going to talk to this guy in a moment anyway. You might already have seen something. Right, so the thing that I did on the way to Rule's house is I checked in with the constable, Gammon? I don't know. Again, and I figured, I was, and I am still a little bit annoyed by how the game refuses to give me, to allow me to solve this stupid ornamental sword quest in a way that makes sense, that is not completely stupid. So I just talked to him again, and I wanted to see if that option of buying the sword from him for 50 gold was actually viable, or if he would just tell me no. But as soon as I did that, and now of course I wish I had actually recorded that, because it was a bit of interesting dialogue. But ultimately, all he said was, or the game said that as soon as I mentioned gold, like his eyes got a greedy shine to them or something, and he immediately demanded more, and then I haggled him down to 60, and yeah, so I bought the sword from him for 60, and he didn't even hesitate. So it seems like he ultimately is just a greedy bastard and didn't even care about the fact that the sword was a gift to begin with. So yeah, so much for the honorable constable. Anyway, I'm now 60 gold poorer, but I have this jewel-encrusted ornamental sword right here. So, and it's actually worth 200. Interesting. I mean, we're obviously just gonna hand it back to Kibo and call this quest done, and just forget this ever existed. It's really unfortunate. I mean, it seems like wouldn't have required a whole lot of effort, a whole lot of writing to implement a solution that I would have been perfectly okay with. But alas, it does not exist, unless there's something else I need to do and I'm just not seeing it. I don't know. Maybe that's also very possible, but I don't know. At the same time, there really aren't that many moving parts in here that are part of that quest. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to talk to Kibo about in just a moment. And there's one other thing, one actually nice thing, is that while this in-game map here is all but useless, I mean, it's not entirely useless, especially if you find out, like I did, that there is a version of this map that is significantly higher resolution just in the game folder, just as a JPEG. And it's also mysteriously at a low enough resolution that that the smallest text is actually still hard to read and you have to guess many of the letters, but it's infinitely better if you can zoom in and everything. So with that, I was able to confirm that this little dot here that you can't actually really see, that is just on the river here, that little dot right above the mouse pointer is actually East Willow. So that's where we are right now. And based on the distance, and that is indeed the lake that I still don't remember the uncle or grandpa or whoever, some relative I think of the magic shop lady is living by, and who we have to see about the main quest. That is indeed that river, that lake. So this is the river, the Yoma River. We are in the Yoma River Valley, which is a name I think we've seen on some signposts and stuff. So, and based on the distance between the village and the coast that we've seen, yeah, we've seen basically this part of the map of the game world, consisting of 2 in-game maps. So yeah, it's really, when you think about it, and you probably shouldn't, but when you do think about it, this whole continent is kind of small. It's really not much more than a large island, or not even a large island, really. Anyway, so that's what we've seen. I'm guessing that our cottage is probably around down here, and Rule's house is around here, perhaps, kind of close-ish to the ocean. And we've seen that we've explored along this, I think the Farrock or Farrock range, depending on how you want to pronounce that. We've fought some wolves and found that treasure chest. So yeah, that's it was nice to confirm that. And now that I know for sure that, you know, that's what that is, and this up here is the Port Kudad that was mentioned at some point. Here's another place called Everdale, I think. Another village that we might be able to reach. I mean, we probably are going to be able to reach at some point. Of course, I don't know if all of Mistfell is going to be explorable. Anyway, that was nice. And yeah, now that I have seen and have access to the better, higher resolution version, I can actually use this in-game map as a reference. But anyway, let's finally get the stupid sword business out of the way, shall we? I have recovered the ornamental sword for you. Right. Good job, my friend. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Kibo reaches out and takes the sword from you. Here's 100 gold for your efforts. Okay, well, I mean, at least I made a little bit more profit than I paid the greedy constable, so there's that. Also, 150 experience is really not a whole lot. But then, ultimately, the quest was not very hard. Oh well. It's still extremely unsatisfying, though. But, again, let's just forget about it and be done with it. I really appreciate your help with this matter. Sure. Just double checking. No, you don't sell any metal boots at all. And we don't have anything to sell to you. Our hunger and thirst are looking fine. Water skins are full. We actually have a bunch of money. Alright, there were a few things that I was curious about. Let's just double check all the shops while we're here. Not sure what triggers them to change their inventory. Might just be time-based. We could buy another dodge ring. I mean, I absolutely could. I'm sure those 100 gold are not gonna cripple me in the long run. I might want to buy a little bit more food, perhaps. Where's the guy? Oh, wandered all the way down here. Fair enough. I mean, it is his inn, of course. So, let's see here. Right, he was selling some of these books. Oh, actually, wait. Did this change since last time I checked? I thought I had seen more books. Huh. Okay, never mind then. I thought I saw some books that were more expensive than these, which led me to believe or to suspect that they might be... I mean, because these are just lists of materials. I'm not really sure if they tell you anything immediately useful, like anything related to any kind of skill. In fact, there doesn't seem to be any crafting, so maybe all this just tells you the tiers of materials, like by listing, you know, from weakest to strongest materials. Like from the metals go from copper, I think is the weakest, all the way up to adamantium, or even past that. There's a good number of different materials, so we're obviously still in the very early game. And for light armor materials, it's from hemp all the way to dragon leather or something. Well, we did take a look at it, and I don't know. Maybe I should have taken screenshots. I mean, I could still, because I have videos, so if it ever becomes important, I can look it up. But yeah, I thought that I saw some more expensive books that I suspected might be actual skill books. But never mind. I guess I was wrong, or maybe he did change his inventory since then. I guess I also did buy all the food except for the dried meat, because it's just so expensive. I mean, I'm guessing that it's also very filling, but right now we're not that desperate. Move silently. You know what? Yes, I'll buy one. There's a good chance that we'll find another one of those, or maybe a better ring soon enough, because these are obviously relatively low tier items, but might as well have it right now and maybe get some benefit from it. I've used up a torch. Okay, right. So they do tend to get blown out in the storm, which makes sense. The storm and rain. But they also do expire eventually. Let's walk a little bit further out of town. Really? Yes. Now let's rest. Okay. It's getting a little bit brighter. Actually, it only stopped raining. That's why it got brighter, right? We still can't see. Okay. We can't see the exact time of day because it's cloudy. Right. So what we're doing now, since I don't think I have what it takes to solve the solve rules mystery, I'm just going to start working on the main quest. I mean, it's not like we have a whole lot else to do. Her uncle, right, Uncle Minus, may be able to tell you more about the Looking Glass, west of East Willow, in a house on the southwestern shores of Green Riven Lake. Right. And since we now know that that is right here, right, we start here. This is called some sort of dam. And, well, I guess the house must be around here somewhere. So that should not be... Actually, that's not very far away. Yeah, the dam should only be about the distance between the village and our cottage. And then as far again to Minus's hut. Oh. In the meantime, we have some more mold to fight. Oh, wait, this is the dam, isn't it? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That is about the right distance. Actually, I was expecting it to be a little bit further, but that's fair enough. Only a single mold on here. Would not mind finding a few more enemies, because we're actually getting close to that next level up already. Oh, what have we here? Okay, Port Kuda north, I suppose, ultimately, but that's a kind of a long way around. Maybe you can't go up the coast? There's some sort of river delta, I guess, that might block you. East Willow and Ironpool Dam. Ironpool Dam, right. Okay. A single outsider. Nice. And come on. I'm having trouble. Oh, copper dagger. Okay. Trouble hitting clicking on small things today. A brimstone reagent. Okay. Unknown book. 26 gold pieces. All right. Not sure why I'm not taking a look at the dam first. No real reason, I guess. Okay, we're also still looking. Actually, I'm tempted to just give it a very quick look. There is that mysterious region just north of the village, where we have seen some structure and some enemies actually behind the trees, but no way to actually reach that. I wonder if that's accessible from the north, or if there is actually some sort of sneaky path, or even an underground section, but I mean, from where would that be? Anyway, you find yourself upon the windswept grasslands of western Cassian Basin, a wide valley that cuts through central Mistfell. To the east lies the Farrock Range, a formation of limestone bluffs pushed up from the floor of the Sasani Ocean. Far to the west, you can see the majestic peaks of the Solengard Mountains, which block the cold Northland expanse from spilling into the temperate valley. Okay, okay. Grasslands of the western Cassian Basin. The east is the Farrock Range. Right. Yes. So this is the Cassian Basin. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. We went up here and we're now actually here. It's so nice to be able to place yourself on the map. That helps so much. Right, so Farrock Range. Yeah, Port Kudat is there, so I don't know, maybe going up the coast and crossing the river here somewhere is another option, but yeah. Okay, that would be one way to reach that. These are the Solengard Mountains. Yeah, I guess you can just start to guess that that's what that might be saying there. And there's the Norland to the Great Northland expanse. All right. Yep. Okay. It's nice that the game gives us the occasional little message and description like that. I am curious what kinds of enemies we might be seeing here. Oh, okay, more outsiders. That's actually kind of my favorite kind of enemy. These also seem to be just as weak as the ones we've seen before, because humanoid enemies tend to just drop random stuff like that. Let's see here. Unknown book. The Holy Book of Rye. Okay, we've seen that in the shop. It's value 5. Oh. I thought it was more expensive than that. Maybe not. A bronze longsword. Well, there is another bronze item. I guess we have technically not tried a bronze weapon. Well, not just technically. So I guess I might hold on to that. Just in case it's a weapon that you have to be holding. It could be, I guess. Because I think the wall plaque inscription said something about the bronze being harder, which made me think of, a tool, or I guess a weapon is a kind of tool made from bronze. I don't know. What is this? Contained within the yellow pages of this tome is the text of one of the many religious faiths. The first pages describe the process of creation, as most holy books often do. Long ago there were only the Great Ones, the darkness named Onos, and the light named Rai. They fought for control of the sky, but it was Onos who dominated and kept Rai away, exiled far beyond the most distant stars. In this time, darkness reigned supreme. But Rai schemed to dethrone Onos, and so gathered an army of burning comets for which to attack the darkness? With which to attack the darkness, I guess. From the black abyss of the most distant realm, Rai moved with his army and surprised Onos, driving back darkness and bringing light to the sky. Onos and all his wickedness retaliated with great vengeance. In an act of madness, he punched a hole in the sky to consume all of the comets, but their numbers were too great. As all of the cosmos began falling into this hole, the comets came crashing together and formed a single brilliant gem too large to be pulled through the opening. The gem became known as Eschalon, and its greatness alone was enough to seal the hole formed by Onos. Interesting. With the immense pull created by Eschalon and the remnant hole, Onos and Rai were dragged into an endless spiral from which they could not escape. Ever spinning around Eschalon, they gave the land its first day and night, which has continued for endless millennia since. Their imprisonment became the gift of all the creatures of Eschalon. Okay, that's a pretty interesting, unique take on a creation myth and a cosmology. An unknown bow, a brass ring, more brass. Wait, no, that's brass, that's not bronze. And an unknown thing. Not even sure what that is. Oh, that's okay, I didn't see it right. It's just a mace. Yeah, bronze mace. It's another bronze item, though. See here, 60, 57. So I guess if I'm going to hold onto some random item, at least for the time being. Birch longbow. Yeah, it's probably going to be the cheaper one, so I can sell the more expensive one. Okay, so we have actually weak enemies here? I was wondering, because the change of scenery made me think that we might be, you know, in some higher level territory here, but it doesn't seem like it. But I'm at great risk of getting distracted here, allowing myself to get distracted. I really want to mostly just check Wolfenwood. Travel with caution, stay on the main road. Wolfen, huh? Yeah. I really just want to see if there's maybe some kind of opening, some kind of way to enter the village map from the north. So I'm gonna navigate by automap here and... Oh god. So that was just a dead end. I mean, it really does not look like there would be a path through here, so maybe not. This map does remind me of an area in the first game, I think. Oh, there's some blood there, yeah. A fresh trail of blood leads to an opening in the tree line on the north side of the road. You hear a painful moan of a person who sounds gravely injured. Well, I can't very well ignore that, can I? It might be a trap, but, I mean, there is real blood. Oh, you can actually see the person breathing. That's a neat touch. Hey, person. A dying man. You see a man lying in a small clearing of the forest. He has been badly mauled, and his pale color suggests he has bled to the very edge of death. Every breath he takes is a great effort. And upon seeing you, his eyes widen as if he was holding onto life just long enough to speak to you. You, please, I beg for your help. I have no desire to help you. Wow. Tell me how I can help you. I mean, I could try and heal him, being a healer, but of course games very, very rarely take that kind of thing into account. The man draws a breath and you can hear blood gurgle from deep puncture wounds in his chest. I was passing through the forest last evening when I was attacked by wolves. Please listen, I'm not long for this world. I was on a noble quest that I can no longer finish. I ask that you finish it for me. Certainly, tell me what I must do, and be quick, I guess. There is a sick boy in Port Kudat. He is dying, and I have an elixir that will cure him. It is a potion of sparkling divinity, and it is the most powerful healing serum ever crafted. The boy needs it, or he will soon die. How soon are we talking? Really hope there is not an actual time limit of only so many in-game days, because I have no real desire to head over there quite yet. I mean, role-playing almost, or very, very strongly, I don't know, compels me to actually change my plans and head over to Port Kudat now, but I'm gonna assume that there isn't really a time limit, and I kind of want to move the main quest along and see where the next main step is, because obviously, if the old man is probably not going to have anything to do with the main plot, right? But he might be able to tell us something about the artifact, which is the idea, and will point us in the right direction. I'm guessing. I might be wrong. Maybe he is more involved than I think, but yeah. And who knows? Maybe he's going to point me toward Port Kudat, because that sounds like, you know, a port city, maybe a bigger city. Could be more of a, you know, I don't know, a place of importance where more important people might also be found. Well, we'll see. I will not lie to you. In the past few hours, I have considered drinking the elixir myself to escape death that will soon take me. Oh yeah, that's actually a good point. I mean, honestly, you could not have really expected anyone to find you, let alone, you know, find you in time before you died, in time for you to tell them your story. So it would have been completely reasonable to actually use the elixir when you were literally on the verge of death. I mean, maybe he would have done it if I hadn't come along and he, you know, would have actually felt the end coming. But at this point, it is the only thing powerful enough to save my own life. But this elixir is not for me. Please take it and deliver it to the boy so that he may live. One boy's life is insignificant compared to the events that are affecting Mistfell, which I really don't know what they are. I mean, yes, there is supposedly some sort of invasion coming from the south, but I mean, it's not happening quite yet. And I technically don't even know how I'm involved, or how all of this is connected. I mean, I guess Darius did tell me enough to give me a certain idea. Well, I mean, again, long story short, I'm obviously going to do it, or I'm at the very least going to take the elixir, and when I make it to Port Kudat, and if by the time I do the boy is still alive, then I will gladly hand over the elixir, but no promises. The man pulls a glowing flask from his pocket. Here then, see to it that the boy gets this. You'll have to search Port Kudat for his house. Speak to his mother. His name would be helpful, perhaps, but, well, I guess I'm gonna find him. You are a true hero. I only wish I had more to give. The man's last breath sounds as if he has completely drowned in his own blood. He gasps, but cannot get air to his lungs. He suddenly goes limp, and the last bit of color fades from his face. He is dead. Well, and he drops... Oh, the sparkling divinity. Right. Good thing I looted his corpse. Because that's kind of important. Well, okay. Wasn't expecting that. Of course, this would be... this makes sense, since this is the way, or along the way, to Port Kudat. So if I had actually been on that way... Maybe the idea is that the main quest is going to point you in this direction, and then, you're expected to pick this up along the way. Okay, that's actually a dead end. Fair enough. Okay, there's something like a path. Okay, we got... Oh god, we got a lot of wolves, actually. Nice try. Nope. It's impossible to see. Actually, I guess it's technically possible to see if there might be a... Oh god. A place narrow enough to bottleneck them. Oh, maybe this one? Nope. Or I could just kill them, That works too. Although I just took a lot of damage from that one wolf. Holy crap. Spell failure is no bueno. Okay, phew. But, right. Kind of annoying that you have to manually close these loot windows. I keep forgetting. Okay. Anyway. Wolves do give good experience though, and one more and we're actually gonna level up again, so that's neat. Oh, no. Nice. Alright. What do we do? Do I buy a new skill? We're definitely running into situations where I'm running out of mana, so meditation might not be a bad idea. Of course, I've never actually improved my armor skill. Medicine would also help a little bit, I suppose, although, I mean, yeah, really. I'm kind of regretting picking this to begin with, but also not really, because, well, I don't know. I guess I could have picked something more efficient, that's for sure. I'm guessing it's going to do something, and eventually I'll put some points in, but not for the time being. I mean, yeah, you know what? I think I'm actually going to go with meditation, because I am a spellcaster and this feels like a thing that a spellcaster should probably have, so we'll take that. I could keep improving concentration. What does wisdom actually do? It doesn't really tell you, except that you do get more mana points, which is useful, but it doesn't... I'm not entirely sure how it improves my spells. Augments the magical skill of divination. I mean, does it actually improve the amount healed, for example? And the damage dealt with flesh boil? Because the spell description lists a very specific damage or healing range for both. Maybe that does improve with wisdom. I guess it's definitely possible. I also want to keep improving start improving my strength at some point, so maybe I'll just go with a little bit of these. Sure, why not? This should all be useful. And let's see here, did anything improve? 6, 17, nope. Not right away. We do have 59 mana now. Also not a huge jump. But it's okay. And we should have a little bit faster mana regen now. Actually, where's... What? Wasn't there another wolf? Oh, there's one. Yeah. Wolf? You... Oh, there you are. Okay, wolf pelt. Oh, okay. Huh? Are these wolves literally just spawning, or did I just not see them? Oh god, I do not want to be surrounded by them like this, but... kind of okay, maybe. Well, that dodge chance actually comes into play more often than I would have expected. This is a flesh boil kind of situation. There we go. Nice. Okay. Any loot? Yep. Yes, actually. Kind of wish at least loot, or you know, really anything hidden by things like trees, citizen writ, would be, you know, highlighted either automatically or by hitting the tab key. But oh well. Citizen writ. This is a citizen's writ proclaiming the carrier to be a citizen or worker within the city of Port Kudat. Oh, okay. That might be useful. Maybe you need to have that to even be allowed to enter. Oh well, we're getting pretty close to this, to the screen transition here, but I don't know. Not sure if there's gonna be an opening. Certainly doesn't look like it. Nope, not through here. Well, and I think we're moving too far east. Maybe there is a hidden path on this map here. Let's travel back for now. I guess I never... Oh, wait. Yeah, I thought that I saw some potential path, perhaps, that I didn't explore. Also have some things to sell here. Actually getting a little bit encumbered. That was one of the reasons I wanted to start improving my strength as well. Right, actually we can't sell that, but we can sell the sword. The bow, I guess, sure. The copper dagger. Wait, copper dagger. Actually, that's even less damage than the iron knife. Might have been a good idea to keep this one instead. I mean, that's good enough, or bad enough, I guess I should say, for when I want to or need to attack something for very low damage. Inventory, brimstone, this ring here. Okay, don't buy that kind of book. Hello, sir. Yes, we sell this one and all of these. 60 gold, not bad, not bad. Well, I mean, obviously we're still not even close to being able to afford this, but we're kind of getting there. I mean, plus 10 hit points, plus 2 damage. Seems pretty solid. That's also very expensive though, so I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess there is kind of a path this way, isn't there? Yep. Oh yeah, there absolutely is. Okay. Yeah. It's way less hidden than I thought. Wow. Having surprising trouble hitting these low-level rats here. Come on. Wow. Eventually, I'm gonna hit. I mean, I guess the good news is that the rats are not gonna kill me anytime soon, but so kind of silly. Okay, that's all it is, huh? Is there even anything? Doesn't seem like it. There is another rat, though. Oh. Okay, well. Huh. Yeah, so much for that mystery. Well, I guess it's solved now, for what it's worth. Okay, then. Well then, I guess I'm gonna walk back to the dam. Hunger and thirst are not looking great, however. Yeah, a water skin goes a really long way. Okay, cabbage is kind of okay. Dried meat. Let's eat some rat meat. It's not going to waste or anything. Unless there really is an inn somewhere where you can just pay to have your hunger and thirst completely refilled, perhaps. God. Exploration is definitely not something you should be doing at night. Even with a torch. This gives me a chance to, oh no, give this a try. Is this better? I mean, I suppose. Let's see. I mean, with the lantern, this tree is. We know it's there. You can kind of guess it's there, but it's almost invisible. Like this. Yeah. Okay. So it's definitely. I guess it's about one more tile of light radius. It's nice, but clearly what you want to do is just camp until it's brighter, and then it's really annoying that the same key does not cancel camping. It's fine though. Not a whole lot of daylight wasted. So this is Ironpool Dam, built in 599 by the Guild of Dwarvish Rock Masons. Okay. Fine dwarven masonry. Now infested with mold. Oh, it's an entrance. It must lead into some sort of indoor area, apparently. Obviously. Perhaps even something like a dungeon. Wow. Stupid thing. Come on. Really? Just being a nuisance. Nice. Okay, more dragonelles. Nice. I wonder if there are more nests, actually. I would actually like that. If each one of those gives me 500 experience for breaking it, in addition to killing all the dragonelles that came out of it. Oh boy. Okay, little heal, actually two. Okay, nothing here. Oh, wait. There's a little bit here. Not actually. Oh. Again, AutoMap says otherwise. Yeah, well. I mean, I know, I keep repeating myself. If the map makes it clear that there, or rather, if the main window makes it clear that there is no large clearing or anything, even if the AutoMap shows that there is some sort of small opening you can squeeze through, it's not really much of a, there's not much of a point to exploring all of them. Since, you know, if there's anything good there, I'm not going to see it. So, and if I'm not going to just mouse over every single tile, on the off chance that there might be a hidden chest somewhere perhaps, or something lootable, then I might as well not even explore. Although, I mean, part of the reason why I'm doing it is because it's just fun to, you know, paint in this whole map, or as much of it as is somewhat reasonable. Anyway. Don't want to walk away too far from the dam, because obviously I want to check that the door. Might be locked, of course. Maybe we need to find or be given the key before we can even enter, but maybe not. Okay, it does open, and you walk in. Inside the dam, the air is damp and still. The moist stone underfoot is covered in a fine muddy silt, making it extremely slippery. Silt makes a lot more sense. There might be small slits as well, I guess. Okay, you know what, though? This is it's kind of on the short side for an episode. There might not be a whole lot to this in the first place. What the heck, I'm just gonna start exploring it. If it looks like it's gonna be a full-on dungeon, that I guess I'm gonna consider this just a sneak preview. Ooh. Oh, that's a friendly dwarf. Well, that's good. Okay, still friendly even after taking that stuff. Bruto. Wandering around in the darkness, as if perfectly unaware of how little light there is. Well, maybe dwarves have infravision in this setting. You see a stout dwarvish person. It's clear he knew of your approach long before you saw him. How? I literally saw him before I even rounded the corner. He could not possibly have seen me before that, but oh well. Hey you, Longtall. I'm Bruno, and I'm the caretaker of Ironpool. What are you doing down here? Don't you know this place is off limits? No, I don't know. There was no sign outside. Only exploring and mean to cause no trouble. Do you have a moment to chat? Chat? Whatever would you want to chat about? Can you tell me about Ironpool Dam? More importantly, do you have any problems of that need a solution of the violent kind that I could help with? So you want to know more about the dam? Well, of course you do. Ironpool is dwarven engineering at its best, it is. No offense to you, but the race of man lack the skill for building large-scale projects such as Ironpool, so that's when you hire dwarves to do the job. Specifically, the Guild of Rock Masons. We are the most revered engineers in all of Eschalon. Okay, good on you. Why was Ironpool Dam built? Flood control. The Dwarvish Guild of Rock Masons contacted the Chancellor of Mistfell and convinced him that this region would be much better served with a method of controlling spring floodwaters in the Yoma. He agreed, and after the contract was settled, the Guild of Rock Masons built this fine dam. Must have cost a fortune to build. Well, of course it did. Dwarven engineering is the finest in all of Eschalon. We don't work cheap, but the quality of our craftsmanship is unbeatable. From what I understand, there was quite a debate over the terms of the contract. But in the end, an agreement was reached that benefited both the Guild of Rock Masons and the government of Mistfell. Interesting. What are your duties here? My duties here are to maintain the dam, of course. It is nearly 130 years old, and it still holds back water as good as the day it was built. But every so often the dam will spring a leak from a crack in one of the foundation blocks, and I'm here to patch them up. The Guild of Rock Masons manages the operation of the dam, and they normally rotate a new caretaker every 6 months, but I've grown pretty attached to this place, and so I've requested to be the permanent caretaker. You must love your work. Aye, I do indeed. Down here it's quiet, and I get to work with a hammer most of the time. What's not to like about it? But I'd admit, it can get a bit unnerving down in the lower levels. Oh, lower levels. Well, okay. I think that confirms that there is going to be a bit more to this. Lower levels. Brewer quickly corrects himself. Not that a dwarf has any reason to be scared of anything. It's just very lonely down there. that's all. Interesting. Wait, really? No quest? Come on. I mean, he said it's off limits. Oh, there are a bunch of levers here that I didn't see. Intriguing. We could clearly keep going deeper inside, but I don't want to anger him. Also, okay, does it continue? It does. I mean, he's not turning angry, is he? Nope. So I guess I'm not gonna steal his, obviously, personal belongings here. Just taking a look around. This is outside of his living quarters, so that's fair game, as far as I'm concerned. Oh. Well. Well, I see the corridor continuing that way. But, okay. So, am I expected to find the combination here? And is operating these levers going to anger him? Like flipping that hidden switch in Berlinda's office? Let's give it a try. Oh. This lever is locked in place. Regardless of the pressure you apply, it refuses to move even a bit. That one as well? Okay, well, that changes things. Huh. Well then, maybe we will have to return here with a quest later, because it seems like, unfortunately, we cannot do anything. Oh, hold on. Just checking. Rather than weapons, this rack holds various tools. Hammers, wrenches, and pry bars. Oh, okay. Alright. Just for the sake of completeness. Was there anything else here? No. Just this. Small candle, unknown. Well, we know it's a lantern, I guess. There's a healing elixir. Alright, okay. Fair enough. Nothing here, right? That's a little bit disappointing, but, oh, well, that's okay. Yeah, I mean, since we cannot talk to him about anything else, and actually there wasn't any cracked walls here. I mean, there was one by the levers, but I guess that's just flavor. Well, okay, I mean, I'm glad I checked this out, you know, now, rather than, you know, starting the next episode expecting some dungeon exploration and then being disappointed. I mean, there's obviously more to it, but yeah, it seems like we can't do anything quite yet. But, well, hopefully it's going to become clear soon enough. Of course, with Minus living relatively near this place, he might send us here, or maybe not. Who knows? I guess, well, we'll learn about that eventually, and we'll definitely learn about the main quest, more about the main quest next time, because I'm absolutely determined to head straight to Minus's house without any distractions, because that's definitely gonna happen. Yeah, and we're gonna do that next time. For the time being, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.